Okay, well, I'll just leave it as whatever it is.
It's called name. I guess that works.
Well, I don't. Also, the font is really.
Yeah, we were looking at random fonts and we were like, here, this font doesn't look as terrible as Times New Roman. Let's use it.
Well, oh, it definitely looks more terrible than Times New Roman, but it's more stylized than Times New Roman.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, look,
Just don't worry about it.
records is in English.
Hmm?
Oh, I don't know what the controls are, and I died.
Up. It's up.
Oh,
Just
I have to
press.
use the directional keys?
Yeah, up in direction.
Oh. I died. How far did your teacher get?
My teacher, I think the most you went was 800 meters. My friend, like the other developer, he got I think to about 4,500 or something like that. With enough practice, you actually get the jizz of how to when to click, how to release. Like if you only hold the button for like a split second, he will not jump that high.
Yes, I know I understand the concept of short hop. But also
Well,
some of these, I don't know. So, some of these times it doesn't feel like when I'm on the edge of the cloud and I hit up, he just kind of walks off instead of jumping.
well, yeah, because at the right edge of the cloud, there's not actually a platform there. It's just a little at the right edge. It's things we can fix, but Also, the background was made using paint because we didn't want to have a black background.
You could have put stars and then it would have been like in space.
Yeah, we thought about that, but clouds in space.
Gas
Also,
clouds.
we plan to make themes, so we plan to make a night theme, so you can
You
switch
know,
between like night
you
or
know, some
volcano.
planets are just made out of gas. They're called gas giants.
I guess. I mean, it's a fun little game. We spent a little bit of time on it. It's not that bad, at least for people who are starting. Like this was not a project for you know the thing itself, but we just were learning. Then we found how to make things update every frame, and then we started making little things like jumping, moving stuff around, and changing variables around like crazy. And then we experimented, and this is what ended up happening.
Are you gonna continue to work on this one, or like start a new
Maybe
project?
I don't know.
Add
We
like
actually
some
got
obstacles or something.
hmm?
Add like obstacles and stuff.
Yeah, obstacles. Not so sure. We may change like the size of the clouds or the add power ups, stuff like that. We aren't sure. This is just a thing. We tried out, built in a couple of like a month, let's say. It was actually pretty fun, and we actually got we got a bit famous for like we had our 15 minutes of being famous, or we're still having them, because we live in a small city. So when the news came out that our game was being featured in a game fair thingy at the capital of our state, everybody was like, "Cool, these kids are awesome. Let's feature them in the town on the town's website and on every single newspaper."
Well, I got past 800 meters.
Good job, you got more than my teacher. Also, there's things like maybe want to port this to Android, because this is a little kind of game that you could play on your phone.
Yeah, because all you'd need is just tap.
Exactly. But we need to change things like currently. So these are really bad practices, but we just got them just to start with because they're easy. But physics, or let's say the jump and stuff, they're all tied to frame rate. Also, you can't resize the window because it will break frames.
Well, a lot of games you can't resize the window like freely. They usually just
No,
have
no, not freely,
preset
but you
things.
can't resize it in any way. That's our problem right now.
Ah,
It's because when you insert things into the screen, you actually have to insert coordinates, and the way we did, which is not making it based on like the width and the height of the screen, actually makes it so that if you increase it, the stuff is gonna be in the wrong position. Images are gonna be like cropping over each other, etc., etc.
are these like is this procedurally generated, or do the clouds always come out in like a predefined
Oh, the
way?
clouds are random.
Oh, okay.
They have a small variance in between, like distance between them, and the altitude is completely random.
Is there any error checking to like make sure that you don't have impossible jumps?
Not in the code, but we tested like we did some little testing. Like instead of putting in variables, we did a minimum. Because when we randomized, we actually did a percentage of the screen. Like I think the the highest cloud can go up 70% of the screen, and the lowest can go up to 30. So we did some checking, always putting like a 30%, 70%, 30%, 70%, and it's possible always. It's gonna be hard, but it's always possible.
What about the distance between them? Is that also random?
It's a bit random. It's not that big of a difference between the randomness. It's like it's a lot smaller, but there's a bit of a difference.
I think I just had an impossible jump. I'm not 100% sure though.
Yeah, it may seem like one, but we never found one. There's one actually you have to jump at the very, very end of the cloud and hold that button like you're crazy, but no, never actually, found one that was really, really impossible. I kind of noticed things like for example, the character not being, no, his jump movement not being that smooth, things like that. I mean, we tried our best for a first little project. Like, this is things we didn't actually even learn in classes.
Well, it runs at 60 frames per second. That means you're already better than Watch Dogs.
Actually, we did some tests. It's locked at 60, but it can run up to, I think, 400 or something.
Yes, but then you'd also horribly die since you said it's tied to frame rate.
Exactly, you can't do anything. So we just tied it to 60. And if your computer can run this, toss it in the trash, please. Because seriously, a bloody Windows 98 should be able to run this. Alright, guys, thank you for playing it and sharing your feedback and stuffs.
Is there a way to go back to the menu after you die?